Hello everybody. So today just a quick video about good kingdom practice. We had a couple questions about a couple things like what is blue events. We call them blue events, but basically what are good kingdom practice. So let me show you real quick something. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go on the calendar. So on the calendar there's tons of events happening all the time. So this game can be overwhelming. So let's go through the event together. Try Clash. There's Alliance Mobilization. That's one that's usually important for the Alliance. And there's what we call blue events. So blue events are usually those 2 days events that are on the background. So there's Officer Project, Armament Competition, Officer Project, and earlier in the Kingdom they have different names. But they are still 2 days events. So those are usually events that we use basically to make the basic tiers, because we don't want to push stuff that we will use for the Kingdom versus Kingdom. So the Kingdom of Power event, that is the main event in every server. So what are good Kingdom practice? First of all, save all month. So you want to have a good KvK, you're going to start saving after Kingdom of Power ends, and you're not going to use anything outside what you need to make the basic tier until next KvK. So it means avoid pushing those little events. For example, the mobilization, that's a good example. What can I do for mobilization? Here's a quick example. I'm not leading, but I'm close to leading. I should be able to win that event by simply, for example, I'm someone who spends quite a bit, so it's a different what do you call it? It's a different optic when you're spending a lot, because you don't actually play the exact same way. So I just took that quest, because that's another thing you need to start doing that I'll explain later, is called chaining events. So for me is mostly about taking the gem quest, the top-up quest, because I buy a lot of stuff. The gathering quest can be useful if I have some extras, and the army power, because anyways you naturally train troops every day. So I took one of those because I don't have any more quests I want to do today. And we have the Thanksgiving event that is going to be tomorrow, troops. So I know that I will be making that event tomorrow straight on reset, because my troops will be done soon enough. So by the time reset happens, I can pop that mobilization quest, and it's also going to benefit the Thanksgiving. So that's what I call chaining events. So Thanksgiving events is a nice event, really good. The value of the pack is amazing compared to regular packs, and it does have decent pricing. You can basically, if you're a whale, you can win this without using any KvK stuff. There's this day here that let you use gems for 10 points. So I'm going to be using pretty much all my gems there, which I still have a couple to get. So it's going to get me at least like 20 million points. And then on top of that, I'm pretty capped on hammers. So I can use some hammers without earning KvK, because anyway, I cannot use any more hammers in my situation. But I wouldn't recommend anybody to use hammers if you still have growth to do on your main tree, because it's going to hurt your KvK match. So good kingdom practice is basically making sure you contribute to your alliance by competing in the events that they need you to. So alliance mobilization, brawl is another good example. You need to make sure you compete in those, but doing quests that do not use the KvK preparation stuff. Avoid those officer project. I will usually make the minimum tier if there's something I can push. So for example, these were just training troops. So I trained T9s that I could basically turn into T10s during KvK. So that didn't hurt the KvK that I pushed a couple troops. For example, there's Alliance Championship, there's Swordland, all these events you can play normally. It's just about holding whatever's in your backpack in there. So KvK is happening soon. I'm not done buying, but just to give you an idea what you're going to be facing, people are all doing the same thing. So if you're not ready to face this, you will have issues winning preps. And that's not because you guys don't spend enough. It's because you have bad kingdom practice. So yes, people with infinite money will always win in those games. People with infinite money will always win in life in general. So I'm not trying to do politics or philosophy here, but that's just how it is. So you don't want to put yourself in a bad position, which means good kingdom practice are simply keeping everything for a month. So as soon as prep is over and you do KvK, as soon as KvK is done, the prep event, you stop using anything. And you're going to stay like that for 21 days until next prep. So it's 21 or 22 days exactly. And you're going to save everything. Every bear you do, save the hammers. You can use the plates. They don't make points in KvK. You can use the guide that is on the wiki to see what makes point during KvK to know what you shouldn't use. But basically, let's go through the inventory together. Meat, they win brawls. So you do want to start saving meats as soon as KvK ends, especially if you're free to play. You want to be able to contribute during brawl. If you have the monthly pass, it gives you 20 per day, so it's quite good. It should be enough. After that, speed ups. You want to make sure you save all your speed ups for KvK. Why? Because they do make a lot of points. So no use a speed up unless it's to reach basic tiers of events, and that will not use a lot. Bonuses, you kind of want to keep some buffs for KvK, but outside that, it's nothing. The gear, you don't want to level up your gear. So for example, you look at that piece, level 39. You don't want to push it to 40 because using Mithril is a KvK item. And in there, we have all the KvK items. So pet chest, KvK item. Lucky hero gear chest, they are not KvK item. You can use those. I keep them because I'm, I don't know what to say, susceptible, or I don't know what the word is in English. I basically believe that if you don't open 100, I'm not going to get a legendary because I have bad luck. But anyways, that's just me. Now we're going to go down. Teleporter, that's fine. Frames, that's fine. This, KvK item. You need that for KvK. Shards, KvK. So every shard you have is KvK. Hammers, you can use them to do basic tier. They do points in KvK. They don't do as much points as a lot of other stuff, but they're good. We forgot the widget at the start. Widgets are also KvK item. And then when we go down, everything that is governor and charms is KvK. So don't use those. Keep those for the KvK. It's going to make a lot of points. Charms are basically pretty much the best points with troops you can do during KvK. And the keys, I recommend to save them for special events because special events always have a day where you can use the keys, and if you use them, you make a lot of points. So I don't use keys outside special events. But again, that's just like my personal preference, but it does help you scoring better in those special events. So if we do a recap, it's pretty simple. The month starts when KvK ends. You start saving. You're going to use Brawl and Mobilization to basically restock whatever you feel comfortable restocking for next KvK. After that, every day you just do your dailies, participate to alliance things, do your best, and don't worry about pushing because the game will match you with people that are similar to you. So the more you push, the bigger the monster they'll put you against. So you're kind of pushing against yourself, to be fair. So that being said, the best thing to do is use those two events, Brawl and Mobilization. As you guys can see, there's quests that are going to give you, if you use gems, gems are not useful in KvK, you can use them. They're useful in Brawl, you can make points with them, but they're even better in Mobilization because they make points and give you some chests. And those chests right here are pretty good. They give you a lot of alliance coin and some extra rewards that you can get inside of the mobilization chest, which are decent. Like those are really good. Like that's the best event for free to play is alliance mobilization. Just do terrors and beast, and just use your daily stamina. You'll make tons of chests, and these chests are giving good rewards. And you can also do gathering. Like there's tons of stuff you can do. It's a really good event. For the free-to-play player, to be fair. I believe it's pretty much the best in terms of loot for the free-to-play player because there's no pass. Like you can literally get the same thing as a whale, minus maybe a few chests because they will push more points, but you can get really good loot from mobilization, and it contributes to your alliance because there's tiers, and those tiers are giving you better rewards. So when you go there, you see all the rewards you're getting for the points. These for a free to play is pretty big. Like that's like almost $30-$40 of stuff. So anyways, that was basically a video that I'm doing for my server because a lot of people have a hard time understanding how to organize. And I believe it's important to give them a little bit more insight. So this video kind of helps you to look at the calendar and know when it's time to push. So now we'll have our matchmaking soon, and we'll start pushing on Monday, so the December 1st. But there's also an officer event here that we will not push because we don't want to, we might push it if it's like charms, because it will be in correlation with the first day of Kingdom of Power. So that's a possibility. So anyways, that being said, avoid those blue events, basically, is the word. Avoid them. Avoid pushing basically everything you can. You're going to help your server tremendously. This game is a team game. As much as you would love to believe that one person can carry the whole lot, it is a lot more based of creating a small society that contributes. Everyone contributes to the health of the server. So I really think it's more important to do education with your players and make sure that they're aware of the event calendar and that they can actually know when it's time to push, make notification. We do a lot of those. So, for example, you can see all your notification, I believe, is in the Alliance chat. If you miss, you can go on an Alliance notice and you can see all the notification that were made in the last few days. So that's about it, guys. Try saving. Try being good guild members. Follow what your R4 and R5 are asking if it's legitimate. Like, for example, we are asking 1,000 point and 4 quests per day at mobilization, and that is making us in first place. It's not the amount of point we're doing. It's mostly that everybody is contributing. Our worst player made 2,300 points. That's our worst player right now. So, and it's pretty good. So we're trying to push everyone towards the top, and there's good and bad ways to do that. But yeah, kingdom practice is very important, and that video sums it up. If you have any question, feel free to comment.